Well, good morning, folks. We're out here on the brush pile job. I got my bale of straw in there. I'm gonna get me some paper towels here, and we're gonna touch this bad boy off. I soaked that bale of straw there in about 10 gallons of diesel fuel. So set you guys up here and let you watch this thing catch on fire. It's gonna be a long day of sitting around and watching stuff burn, so won't be a ton of real interesting video, but some videos better than none, you know. This one should touch off pretty quick. All this stuff's been sitting here, pretty dry. Don't want to put that clutch on there just yet. Trying to get some drier stuff here. Try to get her touched off here. It rained a bunch the past couple of days, which is good because we're surrounded by nothing but pine needles. So I feel a lot better about burning when it's wet out, but sometimes it makes for a little bit of trouble getting the fire started. I gotta pick through this stuff this is all that stuff that came from that hallway that we were clearing. And Dad, I mean, that's just kind of what happens when you push brush. You gather up quite a bit of dirt in the process. So got to kind of pick through it, but it's starting to catch. Should have brought a blower out here, but she's starting to boil. All right, guys. Whenever I get this fire going good, I'll turn this camera back on and give you guys a little update here. Folks, we're still messing with this fire, trying to get it going. I don't understand why in the world we're having such a hard time getting this one to take off. like it's burning pretty good in the center, I guess. I ain't never had this much trouble getting the burn pile started. It's just a bunch of pine and poplar. That's really it. It's all little stuff. I stacked it with a Traco. All this stuff that's in the center, I stacked every bit of it with a Traco. Now it's getting hot under there. Ought to be walking right through this stuff. I can't make it make any sense. Burned a bunch of fires in my day, and I haven't really ever had one that give me this much trouble. Stuff's just still green, too green, I guess. Burning in there. I think it's going to get hot now. We got us a hot spot in there now. I think we're going to let this one try to catch up and burn, and we're going to go try to get that other pile started. I'll be back on this thing here in a minute. Well, folks, I think I may have better luck out of this fire. Just maybe. I've got a just slight inclination that I'm going to have a little bit better luck out of this. That's the hope, anyway. Yeah, maybe. There's a low pressure system right now, so I'm just maybe wondering if that's got a little to do with that fire back there. I'm not really sure. I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is that little stuff is so compacted in there that it's having a hard time penetrating through it. But that would be my only educated guess. I'm thinking this one's going to burn just fine. Oh. Seems to be cooking pretty good. So we'll see. We've got a lot of big stuff in this fire. It's hot, I know that. Lord have mercy. Maybe it'll crawl. Maybe it'll crawl on through there. Grab some of this stuff. I need to get square with this where I can back up and pull up with it. Got to be careful. I've got all this stuff stacked on there pretty tall. Definitely don't want to take a chance of pulling it over on the cab with me or something. I'll try to keep feeding it. Get it some good dry, dead material up there to keep it fed. Get some of these bigger logs up there. Kind of keep everything mashed down. Should have a pretty good little fire out of this one here. All pressed in there. This is that pile of junk that Dad pushed up with the damn loader. Got a bunch of damn dirt and shit in the bottom. I'm just gonna go ahead and restack it. I keep telling him, I said, don't push all that bullshit. Push it, leave it short of the pile where I can stack it on there with a track hoe. I said, all you're doing is adding dirt to the fire. Bastard there is going to fall off if I ain't careful. I can't even move. Just stay where you are then. Trying to get this stuff kind of picked up, cleaned up, or makes it difficult to start a fire when you've got a lot of like this shit right here. So ultimately, when you push, I don't care what it is, where you're at, what you're doing, how dry it is outside. So I picked up with when you push brush like that with anything, you're gonna pick up a lot of dirt and debris along the way. I mean, it's okay to push brush, but I feel like you need to be pushing it to an excavator that can kick through it, you know, and stack it and do where it'll do right. Fall off. This pile's, it's kind of funny. We thought this pile here was going to be the little pile, you know, that wasn't going to have a lot of stuff. And And then it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. The customer just kept wanting more trees took down. And now this pile's, shoot, it's 10 times bigger than that one back there. Just in sheer volume of, you know, there's some big wood in this pile here. I mean, this one should get hot on. Just trying to get it all stacked up there where it'll have a chance of burning. Give this stuff a little push. Get it up there where it'll stay. It's like a giant can of pickle sticks. Ah, you bastard. Alright, well. That's all the little shit. Let this catch up for a little while and I'll grab some of these bigger stumps down here. Get them tossed up there whenever this pile gets caught up. Let it get good and hot, and then you can throw whatever you want on it. It won't hurt it a bit. It's getting hot. It's starting to, it's climbed its way all the way through that pile already. It's like about halfway through it, which is good. There's a lot of timber in this one to get burnt. Let's drive around here to the other side. Check it out. See how she's burning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a hot one on our hands here, folks. It's penetrating all the way through there. We're gonna have a good hot fire here. It's when you've got bigger logs, it seems like it just does so much better because it allows air to get through the pile. When you've got stuff like that that's so small, it's aggravating to burn because it stays so compacted together. These logs, there's little air pockets in there that allow oxygen to get in, and it just makes it burn so much better. But, well, that's all that there's really left to do here is just let this one burn. I'm gonna go get the saw and saw up some of this stuff while this is burning, and then I'm gonna go back to the back and check on that fire. Oh yeah, it's already almost to the halfway through that pile. That sucker's gonna burn up good. But I'm gonna go ahead and saw these trees up right here while it's a little cooler out. And I gotta saw up all these beech trees. I'll stay up here for a while, and then I'll go back to that back fire and check it out. Alright guys, I'm gonna turn this camera off and get to running the saw here, get all this stuff sawed up, and I'll give you guys an update here probably after lunch sometime. Alright folks, we're back from lunch. Got all these trees sawed up. Got this fire going real nice and hot. Give it a quick chunk. Go and grab some of these stumps. A couple big oak tree stumps. Several big beech trees. Try to give them another drop or two before we toss them on the fire. That's the thing with these hardwood stumps, man, they just Seems like you can't ever get all the dirt off of them. So I'm gonna take and toss a few of these stumps on there. That's a hot fire. I forgot my GoPro again, so I'm filming with my iPhone, and I can't shut the door because the only magnetic place in this Traco is in the door jamb. So I'm having to leave the door open to get scalded to death by these fires to get y'all some video. So I hope you appreciate the effort here. Trying to see if I can take that thumb and kind of. A lot of times you can take the thumb and just kind of close down on it. That thumb will rip right through a lot of that fluff on the end of the stump. But that's my biggest concern is these stumps. These, as many of you probably know, stumps they take forever to burn. So try to get the stumps on there as early as you can. Where they'll have the best chance of burning up. That. Grab this big guy and get him up on the fire. Don't drop it on myself. Alright, he's gonna stay put right there for just a minute. Shove him on up there. This is the name of the game here, just getting these stumps. We've had them sitting out for a couple of days where maybe they'll dry some. Especially these trees like a big beech tree like this one. The root system on them is so just vast. It has such a big root ball that it's really, really difficult to burn the stumps. You gotta get them on your fire as quick as you can. Give them all the time in the world to burn. You'll get them burned up, but now you got to work on them. Take them, pick them up, and drop them 3 or 4 times. Toss them on the fire. All right, she's ready for the toaster oven. We'll get nice and toasty warm up there. Go ahead and grab these beech logs here. Try to get them set on the fire because they are big suckers. I'm talking about mammoths. That'll get them going. Alright guys, I'm gonna run down to this other fire and I'll turn this camera back on when we get down there. I think there's a pause button. Is there a pause button? All right, folks, that's gonna be a wrap on this video. I didn't get any good video down there. I had to restack everything, and we're gonna set it on fire in the morning. It just had a lot of dirt in it and a lot of pine needles. It was more pine needles than it was anything, so it was suffocating the fire. But I got this all stacked back up and chunked up, and all the stumps and everything that we needed tossed in the fire there. And that's gonna be a wrap on this video, guys. That's a hot fire. It's got all the stumps and all the big logs in it, and we'll see you guys out here on the next one. Appreciate everybody watching.